Hello, good morning. It is a new day. I am actually about to go run some errands. I am on the hunt for a purple clothing item or accessory item. I'm looking for a purple dress, shirt, shoes, bag, something purple for a dinner that I'm going to. And surprisingly, I don't own any purple. I know it's a royal color, like it's such a high esteemed color, but I don't have it in my closet, so we're gonna search for some. Hello, I am back and I did not find anything purple that was cute enough for me to purchase. So the hunt continues. I'll probably go online and see what I can find. I mean, I've been doing that and nothing. I may need to go to the mall. But I'll show you what I did get. So I got a pair of jeans. These are Free People jeans. I've never seen the tag like this, so I wonder if these are like old school Free People jeans. I don't know, but they're very cute and they have like a skinny leg. I went to Princeton Record Exchange. When I was there, I found two wonderful vinyls. Let me show you. A Seat at the Table by Miss Solange. Fantastic. I just hit the jackpot, okay? When I Get Home by Solange, I'm so excited. I love these albums dearly. I'm so happy that I got them. I don't know, you can easily order vinyls online, records online, but there's nothing like going into a store and you see something you like. Yeah, I'm a big supporter and believer of physical media. If you ever watched what was it? Something the World Behind, Leave the World Behind on Netflix. And in the end, well, I don't want to give it away, but there was an emphasis on media. Who knows? What if Apple Music goes down? At least I can listen to this. You know what I'm saying? At least I can listen to this. And last but not least, I bought a book. So I bought the book, The Essential Rumi, Translations by Coleman Barks. Now I think I'm in my poetry bag. There's also another author. Actually, one of my coworkers has suggested Khalil Gibran. We're gonna start with Rumi. All right, we're gonna start with Rumi. I do love the bag. It says read, think, act. One thing about me, I support reading. I support education. I think that reading changed my life. Reading is fundamental. It can really expand your mind in so many different ways. And that's why one of my goals in life is to write a children's book. Yeah, that was the last of my haul. One of my favorite songs in the world is Lady by D'Angelo. And if you weren't aware, D'Angelo recently passed away. And it made me go down a discovery of his music, and it made me realize that I do know a few of his songs, but I've never really sat down and listened to his discography like that. And to my surprise, he only had released 3 albums, which is so crazy. It made me think of how like impact is so powerful. You don't necessarily have to do a lot or say a lot to leave an impact or a major impression on the world. I mean, it makes me also think about people like Lauryn Hill, who has only released 1 album. D'Angelo's music was so beautiful, like very honest, and it brings me back to the thought about how it's so important to create, and we have the gift of creating, and we're able to use creation as a way to express ourselves, to heal ourselves. And most times it also heals somebody else. We don't realize how sharing our story and sharing our art, even though it could be through a difficult time or a happy time, really anything, just sharing our own experiences can resonate with other people, whether it's one person, 1,000, or 1,000,000. And it also makes me think about how important it is to create something that I think is tangible, or should I say a physical item. It makes me think of Solange's Harper Bazaar interview. Okay, so I pulled up the article and she talks about legacy. The whole theme of that magazine in general is legacy. She says, so much of what I'm being pulled by now is making sure that there is physical evidence of my legacy, of who I am and how I showed up in the world. I couldn't agree more. Solange, I feel you, girl. And then to go further, making sure that I have tangible objects and history that people can hold in their hands as an embodiment of who I am and how I showed up in the world. And that is so powerful and so important. And I think that everybody needs to strive for those things. I think our existence is enough, but how cool is it to create things that are an extension of ourselves and our history and, you know, our parents and the people before us. And I was even thinking in the car the other day how a lot of why I do what I do is inspired by my parents and my family, and how they came from West Africa and they planted roots here in America. They were literally vibing off a dollar and a dream. Like, these people came from a totally different place to a new place, and they set the foundation for me and my siblings. And so much of what I do is to, in a way, repay them. Like, I strive to make all of my dreams come true and to live a happy and fulfilling life, and to be able to not only give back to myself and to my own family that I'm creating, but to my parents, okay? It's very important. I pray that they live long enough in order to enjoy the fruits of my own labor, and I get to share it with them and my family. I get to share it with strangers, people in need. I think the things that I want to do is a representation of me and my story and my journey, but it also extends beyond that. And, you know, when I'm eventually not here, I hope that I have left knowledge and, you know, a source of happiness and peace for other people. And, you know, they could be like, oh, this is the thing that Fatima created. You know what I'm saying? And that's the goal here. That is the goal. And I think it's important to ask ourselves, what do I want to leave behind? What do I want to be known for? What am I doing? What am I contributing to this world? And how is it positively reflecting me and my history? And how can it help other people? That's what I like to think about. And I think we all need to ask ourselves these questions. And back to D'Angelo. D'Angelo made beautiful music, and although he has left the physical world, his legacy and the art and his story lives forever. And legends never die. People, we die, but what we leave behind is remnants of that.